I was a foreigner in the Philippines. We're down at the well that Pastor Timio dug. This is primarily for the church, and we're actually in the middle now of the project of doing the rest of the church, which you can actually see up there. And the plan is to almost double the size of that church, which would include doing a pastor's house as well, and incorporating that into it. So right now, this is the pump that has been installed. It's obviously, as you can see, it's a hand pump. And what we wanted to do was show you what's involved in using the hand pump to get water, which means, of course, that it has to be carried. So this is kind of practical, giving you a practical look at what it takes. Now these pumps have been used and are used all over the Philippines, and in fact I believe in places like India, Pakistan, in any of those countries this hand pump or versions of it will be being used at wells. They're pretty reliable. Okay, so we're going to carry this up. Well, Pastor Timio's going to. And they're all rebarred in and they're wired. So I'm going to talk to Pastor Timio and find out how many of those containers he would have needed to mix this concrete up. So Timio, how many of those to do this one?
One. 10 container.
One container?
10.
10.
10 container in one post.
That gives you
The condition of the post, yeah.
that gives you an idea that it would take 10 containers to do quite a limited amount of work. Now, if you work it out, it's not just this many times over, 10 times. No, it's a lot more. And so we're looking at hundreds of times up and down that hill carrying those containers full of water. I don't know how much one of those weighs, but I remember that I used to carry 2 of them when I first came out to the Philippines, and it's not something that I would want to revisit again anytime soon. So we're trying to show you what's involved in trying to get this work done. We have a certain amount of the materials that are needed, not too many. You can see over here, look, what looks like a wall is actually the back of a load of stored hollow block, which is what we use in order to make the building. So we put these rebar pillars, we put those pillars up, and then they have wire that joins, and there'll be a footing in between these so that the hollow block can form a wall in between these pillars. That's the way that they do it here. That's the time-honored way, and it will involve a great deal of raw material and obviously time. And at the moment there is no money for labor, so none of it is paid. So right now they're going back to, on a Saturday and Sunday, they've got people who are volunteering their time and their effort and their muscle power, and they're coming in and doing this. And of course Pastor Timio is the one that is heading that project. So that's what we're actually looking at, and that's our little chat for today on the church and the pastor's house. Thanks for looking in. This is a foreigner in the Philippines, what we really could do with, and what the plan is to be able to see if we can budget for putting in an electric pump. And the idea of the electric pump is not just to serve the church, but to serve several other houses that are in the area that at the moment have to be carried. The water has to be carried. So as in all of our projects, we try to include members of the community that is around, not just one person. So the electric pump going in would bring up a supply of water up to here into barrels, which then could feed by gravity various houses around. I can see one house just over there that probably would benefit from having a supply of water here. At the moment they have to do what everybody else does and carry their water. When you find out that on average what it would cost to fill a tub or have a shower in the West, you realize that one of those containers there would probably not do one shower. It probably wouldn't do that unless you were very, very careful. And when water is on tap and it's free, it's freely given, it's there, you can have as much as you like, you tend to take advantage of it. Here they tend to look at it very differently. So this is a foreigner in the Philippines. Thanks for looking in. See you again soon. Hope you'll see us again.